Hi, I'm Daphne and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I strategically lay all my twists, meaning how I part my hair in order to minimize awkward parts and gaps that can sometimes look like bald spots and be a little uncomfortable. So I always like to have it so my twists strategically lay over each gap, and I'm going to show you a diagram I drew up in a few moments to explain further. So if you're interested in knowing how you can style twists and in a way that you can wear them down like this, keep watching. Okay, so I'm definitely not an artist, but I wanted to create a diagram to kind of show how I plan out my twist layout in order to have the least amount of gaps as possible. So this is the back of a head. So typically I'll start at the nape here and do just a straight line across and apart, and then I'll just divide it into 3. Fit as many of these rows as you can until you start getting to the crown of your head, and then I like to switch it up. So I'll keep going across, I'll create another row. Obviously the more rows you do, the thinner the twists will be because it'll be less hair to pull from. I always try to create the parts in between each other. So if there's a part here, I want to create another box that is in the middle of it. So if you imagine, like, okay, pretend this is a twist, right? Your twist, 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 right? So there's a gap here in this space. So this twist, the idea is that it lays in between. So then you create another section here, and then your twist should lay in between the gap to hide the parts. That's always my goal when I do this. So now there's 4 in this row, and then I'll go up again, and now I'm getting like by my ear. So obviously it'll go around my head a little bit to the front where my face is, and then we'll do maybe like 2 over here because that's what fits, whatever fits for you. So the twists go however in front of my ear, and then I'll make as many parts, but again spaced out so that they lay in between the spaces. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you know what I'm saying. So this one will lay in the gap here, this one will lay in the gap here, in the gap, etc. And then when I get to the crown, I start doing it in the direction that works for the part from my face. So if this is like the crown of your head, like say here, right? Part it where you would like it to lay. So this is your part. Then I start doing them this direction. So the rows, instead of the rows going horizontally this way, now I want the rows to line up with my part. So I'll do a part like this way, and then the boxes now go like this. However many you can fit for the front of your face, and again trying to do the gaps as best you can so they cover the spaces, but you get the idea, hopefully. Please comment down below any questions you might have. I know this is a bit of obviously a very rough sketch, and I'm not much of an artist, though I would like to think I'm not half bad. I'm going to do my best to show this to you in real life when I do my own hair. There you go. Hope that made sense and was helpful. Okay, so I've done 2 side pieces now since the last time we showed you. So I parted here to here and did 3, and then I did similar on this side, but I did 2. So I'm not really sure. Like, this is the crown of my head. It's more of a feel as you go way, but once I get to the crown, it's a little difficult to do the horizontal ones like I did at the bottom. So I'm gonna do these type ones now and then make sure it lines up with the part like I talked about with you earlier in the diagram. Okay, so it's later in the evening. I took a long break and I moved to the other bathroom, but this is the next section I'm gonna work on. So I parted it by my ear and then around my crown a bit and then to a main part here. Part, around, part. So I'm probably going to section it for this front bit by the side, then do the other side, and then kind of figure out how to do this back section. Okay, so that last layer is now done. Check it out. So this is what the back looks like now. So I'm probably gonna put another section like here for the back. But yeah, this is the progress so far. This is all the hair in the back. I think it looks so much healthier like this when I get some coconut oil in there. So for those of you who don't know, I'm only putting water in here and coconut oil. I find that simplest, it works for me, and it's cheap. Okay, for this section actually, since I last spoke with you, I decided I'm gonna do a part down the middle because I usually like to have a solid part down the middle. So I'm gonna do that now because I wanna make sure the rest of the parts are pretty even based off this, as well as my side part. So yeah, I have this is a main part here, this side part. I usually like it on the left, and then I am creating a middle part so I can make sure the rest of the sections are based off that as well. And I want to make sure they're even. Okay, so I did the middle part, sectioned them off, and then also created this last back section. Okay, so I have completed the back section that I was working on, and then there it is. Yeah, that lines up well. Good job, Daphne. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty proud of how I'm doing. The hardest part and the most time-consuming part of this whole process is always the parting. So I part it, I check it in the mirror, look at the back of my head, see how it lines up. If it doesn't look right, I'll readjust. If it's too much hair, I'll make the section smaller, etc., etc., etc. So that is always the most time-consuming part of this effort, but well worth it, obviously, when things are lining up really nice and you don't have these huge gaps because of parts lining up for the whole length of your head. So this is how big the sections are. I can make each of these into two, split them in half, and then call it a freaking night. Okay, so I just finished doing all the twists. Since I last spoke to you, I did the ones on the top of my head that we discussed. So this is what the back looks like. I don't have any major gaps when I have all my hair towards the back, but if I'm honest, if I go like this and bring it more to the front, I do have one kind of going on here. Like this is kind of a front piece, which is annoying. So these are the big parts and gaps that I was talking about that you try to cover. But honestly, like I did all the twists and I'm just tired of doing it. So I'm gonna say it's good enough. For the most part, it looks pretty good. And if I, like I said, bring all my hair back like this, you know, it's gone. So I'll take that as a win. So this is the completed look. It's, again, like I've said in the past, this is my favorite hairstyle. It's very easy to maintain once it's done. It's very protective, keeps all your hair tucked away, while you can also style it. It's a very flexible, protective style. I'll probably leave these in for at least 2 weeks because it does take a lot of work to put in.
Stay high for the most of the time. Meet a stranger, jump right in your car. Waking up on your sofa next to half-filled bottles from last night. I don't even know where we are. I'm naked and I don't know
So that's the end of the video. I hope you found it useful. Please leave a comment down below of any questions you might have if you need me to explain anything in more detail. Also, let me know if there are any other hair-related videos you would like to see from me or any other videos in general. If you found the video useful or helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!